What's up, everyone? I kind of want to make this video to tell you guys the easiest way to collect money or to really make money in agriculture. It is genetics. Getting into genetics is one of the most profitable ways to make money. You can honestly become a millionaire just straight off of genetics or pedigree that you make from a cow or a horse or a swine or a sheep or a goat, or even just a duck or a chicken, whatever, honestly, whatever, or even a crop as well. You can really have a foothold in the market and really set yourself up to make a lot more money, especially if you're doing certain kinds of looks, or like whether it be for meat or whether it be just for design or how they look. But yeah, genetics is the number one way to really industry, because it's extremely important. Genetics are extremely important in agriculture because we need them to grow anything, especially in certain conditions. Or maybe you want a little bit more marbling in our meat, or maybe you want a bigger ribeye, or even we just like the way that cow looks and we want a taller cattle, or you want a shorter cattle or a wider cattle or a fatter cattle, whatever you want it to be. It really just changes the overall, just the cattle that we want in this industry. But how do you get really into genetics? What do you have to do? So it is a high initial investment. It is a high initial investment. It will cost a lot to get into. So it's going to cost about 10 to 50,000 for just one good specimen. So whether that be a bull or a male, it's going to cost you between that much to even get one of good quality specimen that you can actually work with. And that's just for one. You want to have about 1 to 3 though, so you don't have to worry about shoveling out a whole bunch of money, but you're going to have to come out at least, I'd say in total, you'll probably have to come out at least 100,000 to get good quality genetics and work from there. But the payoff is immense. Earlier this year, one longhorn sold in Fort Worth for, I think, $7 million. So it's a very payoff or profitability, and even if you don't get $1 million, you'll still be nothing short of, your of that, really. I mean, you can tons of cattle sell at the market for 100,000, 75,000, and even still, that's just one cattle. So but the best thing for you guys to do is to basically create a pedigree based off some very good genetic yielding cattle, or whatever livestock you really want. I say cattle because I do cattle. You don't have to do cattle, or you're a crop, or whatever you want to do, and just sell either the seeds or the semen for those livestock or crop. From that point, you'll then be able to get your foot in the door. You'll be able to sell that semen for $10,000 each. Just a vial, not even an actual thing, not an actual whole deposit. Just a vial for $10,000, just because they like the way your bull looks, they like the way your female looks, they like the way your pedigree looks. And you can really make a lot of money off of that as well. You don't have to have a lot of land for that as well, or you don't have to put all that land to use as well. So that's something that you should always definitely think about, especially when you're coming into genetics just as a field, and genetics just really in general, because it's not really about the space that you have. It's really about the amount of effort and really the quality of what you're looking to get out. The turnaround time for it takes between 3 and 7 years to get an actual turnaround on it, but it can happen sooner than that. I've seen it happen in over a year. That's just because they paid more money for quality genetics, and they also had the right environments and stuff like that, and really just took care of their animals very well. But honestly, it takes about 3 to 7 years to get an actual full turnaround on it. And that's just over generations, which calves you want to keep and which calves you want to, give to someone else or sell to someone else, until you finally get exactly what you're looking for. And once you do, it's a hit. And once you have it, it can't be taken away from you, because you have it already and you're able to replicate it. So that's really what I'm trying to get at here, is once you have it, you're able to replicate it over and over and over again until I guess your genetics are no longer wanted, or they just become diluted, whichever one. But to say the least, I will have to say that it's really easy to get into, because you can find someone selling quality genetics relatively relatively fast, and it's similar to the same way the dog breeding world is. You know, it seems like an oversaturated market, but there's always a breeder. There's always someone looking to buy puppies. There's always someone looking to buy cattle, always, no matter what. And that's really what I'm trying to get at here, is because people are always looking for quality cattle, and that's what matters to them as well. Especially in the agriculture market, that's not anything you guys should directly worry about, or what you guys really should even consider to be a problem. I will say this: one of the main problems with this, or one thing that you might have trouble with, is the actual breeding. But what you can do is educate yourself, or you can get a personal breeder. I am actually a personal breeder. I do AI, artificial inseminations, into cattle, into sheeps, swine, goats, honestly any ruminant for sure, animal, and I do swine as well, and that is just for the for breeding and breeding purposes. And the reason why I say that is such a good not good. The reason why I say that is such a relatively hard thing to get into is because some of these bulls and females that you breed just can't breed normally, because they are outside of their genetic range of actually wanting to be able to breed, because either they're too big, or they have a certain look that's not not quality, like have a certain look that's they're not able to actually breed. They're not physically able to breed. It's kind of like the Frenchie thing. French bulldogs aren't able to actually physically breed. They actually have to be AI inseminated and all that kind of stuff. But definitely either educate yourself on how to do it yourself, or you can hire someone to do that for you, which is also relatively easy as well. No big deal on that. But yeah, if you guys are definitely interested in breeding, you guys can shoot me an email. I can actually help you out on that and see what's in store for you guys. Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe.